What? Where am I? Ah, Citizen Plus? Citizen Plus!
E aí galera, beleza? Aqui quem fala com vocês é o Fábio. E galera, é o seguinte, estamos aqui para continuar nossa série do De Volta para o Futuro. Iniciando nosso episódio 4, né? Visões duplas. Espero que vocês estejam gostando da nossa série do De Volta para o Futuro. Se estiver gostando, já deixa o like aí, se inscreve no canal. Sua inscrição é muito importante para o nosso canal crescer. Compartilhe com seus amigos, galera, que isso também ajuda muito. Sapeca o dedão no like. Tem cards em cima aí aparecendo caso vocês perderam algum episódio, é só clicar aí. Telas finais, playlist do De Volta para o Futuro e outro vídeo de Volta para o Futuro para vocês, belezinha? Sem mais enrolação, vamos começar.
Doesn't look like it's on. That's not very relaxing. Doesn't look like it's on.
A Edna ali, mano. Vacilão nessa Edna, velho, na moral.
Make sure the McFly boy is prepped for his Citizen Plus treatment by the time I finish with my husband.
How is Citizen Brown?
I'm afraid it's worse than we imagined. He's gone completely antisocial.
Darn.
We're using every tool at our disposal to snap him out of it. But I fear that nothing short of a complete personality rebuild will bring our leader back to us.
And it's all McFly's fault?
Unbelievable, isn't it? One teenage hooligan has brought Hill Valley to the brink of ruin. Ah, well. Let me know when he's ready. I'll be tending to Citizen Brown.
I gotta get out of here and rescue Doc.
Que filha da mãe, mano. Tá querendo fazer lavagem cerebral
Hey, let me out!
no Doutor, mano. Tem a nossa guitarra ali, não sei se vai servir de muita coisa não, né?
Someone's locked up all my stuff.
Ah, tá
I'll
trancado.
never get that combination on my own.
E agora? Qual é o nosso objetivo? Fuja da sala de espera. Beleza.
Hello?
What?
Let me out of here.
Sorry, sir, but Citizen Plus patients aren't allowed to exit their waiting rooms until the Citizen Plus treatment chamber has been suitably prepped for their procedure.
Why is all my stuff locked in a cage?
In order to ensure that Citizen Plus patients don't injure themselves, their belongings are placed in a locked box until the completion of their Citizen Plus treatment.
Injure themselves?
It's a very intensive process. Some people can't handle it.
Hey, could you get me a burger or something? The only food I've had today is a tofu dog.
Regrettably, sir, the rigors of the Citizen Plus treatment require you to begin the process with an empty stomach.
Caraca, tem regra pra toda essa porra.
Can I take a look at my stuff for a second?
Why?
I want to make sure my guitar neck isn't getting bent.
What?
Come on, man. My parents spent a fortune on that thing.
Fine. Back away from the door, sir.
Só sair agora, Marty.
There. How's the guitar?
I guess it's okay.
Good.
Será que ele viu a senha?
I'll never get that combination on my own.
Você não viu a senha não, Marty? Puta merda, mano. Moralzinha.
I'll never get that combination on my own. Hello?
What now?
You can't keep me in here. It's against the law.
When you signed your Citizen Plus treatment agreement, you gave the Citizen Plus ward legal approval to incarcerate you until the completion of your Citizen Plus treatment.
I didn't sign anything.
Of course you did, sir. Citizen Edna handed me the paperwork herself.
Of course she did. I don't suppose you believe me if I told you that Edna forged my signature?
That's a good one, sir.
É, mas ele não vai acreditar que a Edna, ela... E o cara tá batendo aqui do lado. Legal. Que a Edna falsificou minha assinatura. Ele não vai acreditar fácil. Vou tentar dar uma olhada de novo, mano. Pra ver se ele consegue ver a senha.
Can I take another look at my stuff?
No.
Não vai dar não. Tem que procurar um outro jeito.
Doc.
Martin?
Ah, Dad, is that you?
Who else would it be?
Where are you?
Back in the garage. What are you doing in the Citizen Plus ward?
Edna threw me in here.
She can't do that to my son. How can I help?
Not that I'm not happy that you're here, but why are you here?
I'm looking for your mother.
Mom?
After you left, she and I had a big old fight, and, well, she went and signed herself up for a full battery of Citizen Plus treatments.
Didn't you tell her about Biff?
I tried, but you know your mother. Once she puts her mind to something, she's a regular force of nature.
I figure that if I can just find her, maybe I can talk her out of this foolishness.
So, have you found Mom yet?
Not yet.
You wouldn't believe how many cameras they've got around here.
Por que não vi você mesmo aqui? Pode me ajudar a sair daqui? Edna está fora de controle.
Dad, those Citizen Plus watches are gonna turn everyone in Hill Valley into robots, starting with Citizen Brown.
I always suspected digital watches were evil.
It's not the watches, Dad, it's Edna. She's completely lost it.
Citizen Edna's crazy? Oh, that's not good. Although it would explain a lot.
I tried to peek over the guard's shoulder to get the combination, but he's too tall.
Over his shoulder? Hold on.
What?
I may have it on tape.
Zoom,
Ah,
enhance.
se ele tiver, vai ser
zoom,
massa,
enhance.
Ha! What?
The camera was high enough to see over his shoulder.
Nice work, Dad.
The
Pô, mano, o
combination
cara tá
is
batendo aqui.
2 left, 8 right, 18 left, 32 right.
All right.
Hey, your guitar! I'm sorry I tried to throw it out.
Yeah, the guitar's pretty cool, but this is what I care about.
No fair making your dad all misty, son.
Cara, o cara tá batendo aqui do lado, galera. Eu vou dar uma pausa aqui, daqui a pouco eu volto. Pronto, galera. Deu uma amenizada, eu voltei. Peguei todas as minhas coisas? Peguei. Eu tenho minha guitarra. Tenho um jornal. Não, cara, pra que eu peguei o jornal? Agora vamos ver o que a gente tem que fazer. A gente continua, tem que sair daqui, né? Eu não sei se eu conseguiria dar uma guitarrada nele. Deixa eu ver.
Hello?
What now?
Não. Deixa eu sair. Eu não sei, cara. Deixa eu ver.
I can't plug my guitar into that.
Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa. Ah, já sei. Será que dá pra conectar no interfone, mano? Eu acho que não, né? Mas não custa tentar.
Playing my guitar over the speaker is gonna attract a lot of attention. I should wait until I've got the right audience.
Não vai dar, não.
Dad,
How can I help, son?
is there any way you could help me escape this loony bin?
What did you have in mind?
I don't know. Maybe override the security systems or something.
Override the what? Son, this isn't a science fiction movie.
Dad, I know this is a lot to accept, but I've gotta rescue Citizen Brown so that we can go back in time and stop him from ever marrying Edna in the first place.
You're right, son. That is a lot to accept. So let's forget you ever said it and just concentrate on getting you out of there.
Yeah, maybe that's for the best. It's nice that you're concerned about Mom, but couldn't you come down here yourself?
Oh, I couldn't do that. I'm probably in enough trouble with the authorities already.
No, I think it's better for everyone if I stay here in my garage with my televisions and cameras.
Na verdade ele vai ser mais útil lá mesmo, né?
Stay close, Dad.
I'm as close as I can get, Martin.
Mano, eu ainda não saquei o que é que eu vou fazer aqui. Quebra o vidro com a guitarra? Não.
Whoa.
Muito resistente. Deixa eu dar uma olhada na dica. Talvez haja alguma coisa ou alguém para ajudá-lo a sair daqui. Já falei com o pai do Martin, não deu muito bom não. Existem outros presos no departamento Cidadão Plus. Olhe nas janelas ao lado da câmara do Martin. Ah tá, essas janelas aqui. Olha ali.
Jen? Hey, Jennifer!
Quer dizer.
I gotta get her attention.
Dá uma guitarrada ali, mano.
Hey, Jen!
Esqueci de pegar o
What are
item.
those windows made of? I can't plug my guitar into that.
Dá pra conectar. Pra você dar uma chapuletada ali, mano. Eu não tenho mais nenhum item, né, que dê pra utilizar. A Jean pode te ajudar a fugir, mas você não pode conversar com ela através do vidro à prova de som. Talvez haja outra maneira de falar com ela. George parece bastante ligado. Peraí. Vamos ver aqui o pai do Marty.
Dad!
How can I help, son?
Could you let me talk to Jennifer?
Jennifer Parker?
Yeah, she's in the room next door.
Let's see, that'd be waiting room beta. Got it.
You're all patched in, son. Jennifer.
Martin, is that you? Where are you?
I'm over here, in the camera.
Oh, Martin, aren't you in enough trouble already?
Trouble? Jen, what are you talking about?
You know, with all the drinking and the PDAs.
Jennifer, what's wrong with you? You sound strange.
I used to be strange, Martin, but thanks to my first Citizen Plus treatment, I'm well on my way to becoming an average, well-adjusted teenager.
Citizen Plus? Oh no, Jen, not you too. How'd you wind up in the Citizen Plus program anyway?
My dad signed me up, and it's a good thing, too. I was completely out of control.
I kinda liked it. So, what was your Citizen Plus treatment like anyway?
Well, that's weird. I don't really remember. Must be a side effect of the treatments.
Why's your door open?
Now that I'm finished with my Citizen Plus treatment, I'm free to go whenever I want. I'm just waiting for the nice guard to escort me out.
Hey, do you know what time it is?
No.
Didn't they give you some kind of digital watch when you were done with all that brainwashing?
The Citizen Plus watch? I won't get one of those for another 5 or 6 treatments.
Rats. Jen, this whole Citizen Plus thing is a scam. Edna's using it to take control of everyone in Hill Valley, including her husband.
You know, Citizen Edna told me you were having paranoid delusions, but I had no idea.
Mano, sério.
Jen, snap out of it. This isn't the real you. I mean, it's kind of like the real you, but not like the real you in this timeline.
Wow, that's...
I know, it sounds crazy.
I'd never call you crazy, Martin. You're just sick. I should know I used to be sick too. But now I never want to spray paint a Buick or listen to rock music ever again.
Hey, on your way out, do you think you could help me break out of here?
Oh, I couldn't do that, Martin. It's against the rules.
Okay, forget breaking out. Could you at least come visit me? It's kind of lonely in here.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to see each other until you've undergone your first Citizen Plus treatment.
Why not?
Because your gosh danged hormones are out of control, Martin.
Come on, Jen. You don't really want a life without rock and roll, do you?
Rock and roll? Ew. Just the thought of the pelvis-pulsing 3-chord power ballads you used to play makes me all queasy inside. Blech!
Could you hang around for a few minutes? It's nice to have someone to talk to.
I'll be here until the guard comes for me. Then I'll really have to tell him about how you're hijacking the cameras.
Oh, come on. Don't be a narc.
I'm not a narc. I'm a good citizen.
Será que agora eu consigo empurrar o som da guitarra aqui? Consigo.
Okay, Jen, here's a little something I think you're gonna like. At least, I hope you still do.
Martin?
Jennifer.
Oh, Martin. Martin? What are you doing?
Bugou o cérebro da mina.
What's going on here?
I have no idea, sir. I was minding my own business when all of a sudden a horrible noise started coming out of that camera.
Well, that's not right.
Yeah, well, neither is this. No one scrambles my brain. You hear me? No one. I'm Jennifer Parker, rock and roller.
Jen?
Oh, yeah, right.
Cara, rock and roll é foda, né, mano? Espera ela soltar o martelo.
Jen!
No time for small talk, McFly. We need to get you disguised so we can walk out of here. Calvin Klein underwear? Really?
Cueca Calvin Klein.
How do I look?
Little short for a stormtrooper, but it'll have to do. Come on!
Cueca Calvin Klein, essa foi foda, mano.
Okay, hotshot, what's next?
Now we rescue Citizen Brown, get the hell out of here, and get things back to the way they're supposed to be.
Whatever, just as long as I get to break some stuff. I've got a lot of pent-up hostility right now, you know?
Miss Parker,
What the?
Yeah.
I'm here to escort you to the lobby. Your father's waiting for you.
Can he wait? I was hoping that this attractive young man could take me on a tour of the facilities.
I'm afraid I really must insist, miss.
Relax, Jennifer. I've got everything under control.
Really?
Really.
Okay then. But first... Mwah!
What was that for?
For saving me, dummy. Let's go, officer.
You know, I'm probably gonna have to write you up for a PDA violation.
Oh, bite me.
What?
Rock and roll.
Beleza, vamos lá, mano.
I've seen that helmet somewhere before, but it never did that.
Can I have some of that? Feels like I haven't eaten in years.
No, that's tannins. He's not allowed to eat it until he's taken his pacification pill. We tried to give it to him an hour ago, but he still hasn't swallowed it.
Let me try.
I could be pretty persuasive.
No.
Don't worry.
Hey,
Shh, busy.
Cara chato, mano. E eu cortei um diálogo da Edna, que ela ia falar alguma coisa ali.
Don't touch that! I need the caffeine.
Vou dar um jeito de tirar esse cara daí, velho.
Do you mind? I'm trying to run a complete personality rebuild on the big man himself here.
And?
And the last thing I need is your stubby little fingers turning Hill Valley's savior into a drooling rutabaga.
Is there a problem over there, citizen?
No problem, ma'am.
Good. Let's get back to it.
É, não posso dar uma porrada nele não, senão a Edna e o outro que tá ali vão ver, tá ligado? Aqui é a saída, não posso sair agora.
That looks like a giant air freshener. Weird. That speaker looks really familiar.
Increase somatosensory fluids by 17%.
What are you doing in here?
Looking for the bathroom?
The next scheduled bathroom break isn't for another 158 minutes.
Right.
É, rapaz, vamos ter que dar um jeito aqui de...
I used to think she was a little annoying, but now she's just plain evil.
Vou ter que dar um jeito aqui, mano, de...
Hey, get me out of here.
Sorry, can't hear you in this thing, but thanks for the duds, though.
Ah, ele é o guarda, mano. O guarda que a Jennifer pegou a roupa dele.
Stop fighting it, darling. You're only hurting.
I don't know what kind of movies they're showing Doc, but I don't think he's enjoying them.
Cara, o que eu vou fazer, mano? Eu não posso dar uma porrada nele com a... Isso aqui, senão eles vão ver, tá ligado?
I don't feel like serenading anyone right now.
Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui na dica. Você nunca vai conseguir libertar o cidadão Brown enquanto não se livrar do técnico de que está no comando. Esse eu já saquei. O técnico disse que a comida é do Tannen. Beleza, mas eu não vi o Tannen por aqui. Se o Biff está no departamento do cidadão Plus, ele pode ser útil. A sala do Biff é do lado direito do corredor. Pera, essa sala aqui então. Eu vi um vidro aqui. Acho que deve ser essa sala aqui, né?
Wow, they've really got this door locked up tight. I wonder what sick freak they've got in here. Ah! I should have known. Hi, Biff. Looks like your intercom's busted. Just as well. It'd probably be just a bunch of swearing and mixed metaphors anyway. You want out of here, big guy? Guess they don't work. Hey, Biff. Guess who your guard is? Peekaboo! The guard says I'm not supposed to give you any food until you swallow your pill.
No improvement, Citizen Edna. Shall I recycle the treatment?
Very well.
I'd never get my hand under there. I almost feel sorry for the poor guy. Almost. Hi, Biff. Bye, Biff.
Não tem nenhum item que dá pra puxar, não, né? Não.
What part of spizzy don't you understand?
No.
Peraí, Peraí,
Can I have some of that? feels like I haven't eaten in years.
No, that's tannins. He's not allowed to eat it until he's taken his pacification pill. We tried to give it to him an hour ago, but he still hasn't swallowed it.
Let me try. I can be pretty persuasive.
No.
Cara chato, ele não deixa eu pegar o bagulho pra poder dar. Eu tenho que pegar um item pra pegar a pílula que ele jogou ali.
Disengage occipital override.
É, galera, vamos ver o que a gente vai fazer aqui, hein? Você nunca vai conseguir libertar o cidadão Brown enquanto não se livrar do técnico, beleza. O bife tão fora de controle pode ser útil, mas aquela pílula vir engolir pode vir a calhar. Porém, ele derrubou a pílula e eu não consigo pegar. Pedir ao bife para engolir o comprimido vai provocar uma resposta típica dele, que foi o que ele derrubou o comprimido. Deslize o jornal debaixo... Ah, sério que eu tinha que usar o jornal, mano? E eu tava com esse jornal aqui, só que eu pensei que ele não ia ser útil pra nada, tá ligado? E ele vai ser útil, mano. Acho que agora eu peço pra ele tomar de novo, aí ele vai derrubar, né?
Hi, Biff. Come on, Biff, just swallow your pill. Oh, Biff spit.
Stop fighting it, darling. You're only hurting yourself.
What part of spizzy don't you understand?
Eu tô com a pílula. Mas e aí? Ah, será, mano? Ele não vai deixar encostar no negócio dele, eu acho.
Hey, is that a public display of affection over there?
What?
Sorry, it was just a shadow.
Stop goofing around and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
Jeez, what have they been feeding Biff? Horse tranquilizers?
You, God!
Who, me?
I mean, me?
Yes, you. As you can see, that slacker of a technician is sleeping on the job again. Please be a dear and tend to the Citizen Plus control panel, will you?
Sure.
Okay, Doc, I'm in. Now, how do I get you out of here without turning you into a vegetable? Jeez, where's the off button on this thing? Hey, an equalizer. At least, I think it's an equalizer. Optics.
Rebound.
Tactile. Oh! Whoa! Sorry.
Quer matar o doutor, Marty?
Volume. Finally, a word I can understand. Okay, that moved him a few inches. Maybe I can blast him right out the door. Oh! Gastrosensory.
Não deu muito certo. Não deu muito certo.
I am not doing that again.
I'm sorry about the discomfort, my love, but it's really all for the best.
I am not doing that again.
Vou tentar mexer no volume de novo, mano. Não mexeu.
I guess the speakers won't push him any further until I hook it up to a really big sound.
Colocar o som alto.
Olfactory? I think I know what that means.
What the?
Looks like the aroma tanks have clogged themselves again.
Oh, thank you. I hadn't noticed that. Come on, make yourself useful. I'm sorry about the delay, dear. This'd go a lot easier if you just gave up this madness about time machines and altering the past. You should concentrate on the future.
There is no future for us.
You won't think that in a few more hours.
And, please, think about the consequences of your actions.
Me? You're the one threatening the social order of Hill Valley with your crazy time machine talk.
I'll get him a burger later. I am not doing that again.
Não sei se tem que ser na ordem certa. Provavelmente parece que tem que ser na ordem certa isso aqui.
I guess the speakers won't push him any further until I hook it up to a really big sound.
Colocar o som bem alto.
Where's Martin?
Don't worry, dear. After we're done repairing your damaged mind, we'll fix young...
It's broken. I guess Jen did that so the guard won't be able to call for help.
Ah, será que o pai do Marty pode ajudar nisso? Deixa eu ver. Vamos ver se o pai do Marty pode ajudar nisso. Eu tinha esquecido do pai do Marty aqui.
There's nothing I need in there.
Ah, sério, mano? Sei que o pai do Marty pode... Ah, já sei. A Edna saiu dali, a gente pode entrar na sala dela.
When did I lose control?
Oh, dearest. You never had
Eu cortei o diálogo dela ali.
Check. Sibilance. Sibilance.
What was that?
E se eu tocar? Não sei se vai dar certo, mas não custa tentar.
Hey, Doc, let's get ready to blow this joint.
What was that? You! What are you doing?
Getting my friend out of here, you nutcase. Okay, that was a little less dramatic than I had expected. Whoa!
Eu só dei essas travadinhas nesse jogo, só isso que eu odeio, mano.
Let's go, Your Honor.
What? I can't hear you!
You're welcome!
After him, you slackers!
Seu reinado vai acabar, Edna.
Attention citizens. This is an Omega-1 priority alert. Potentially disruptive nonconformists are loose in the courthouse. Please return to your homes until the situation has been resolved. Have a nice day.
Estão dentro da lata de lixo.
What the heck was Edna doing to you back there?
She was trying to rebuild my personality from the ground up, erasing the parts she didn't like.
Harsh. Hey, it's my mom. Hey.
Don't talk to her. She could give us away.
What do we do now?
Now we wait for the guards to clear out so we can make a break for your time machine.
Na verdade vai ter que reconstruir outra, né? Porque...
Shouldn't we go help?
Once we go back and change history, none of this will ever happen.
I guess. Where is the DeLorean anyway?
I had the wreck towed to my secret lab near Clayton Ravine.
Clayton Ravine, as in Clara Clayton?
Why is that significant?
Well, Clara's kind of supposed to be your wife, so yeah.
Fascinating.
Pleura.
All right, Dad. No offense, Your Honor, but why'd you marry Edna anyway? She's kind of crazy.
Yes, now. But back when we were first dating, her madness was tempered by an ironclad sense of right and wrong. At least, that's how it seemed to me at the time.
Mom, Dad, no!
They'll be fine. Once we repair the time stream, none of this will ever have happened.
I guess you're right.
Looks like the coast is clear.
Great! Let's go fix the DeLorean.
I'm afraid I'll have to do that without you, Martin.
What? Why?
Well, from what little I understand of time travel, if you help me rebuild the time machine, your presence in the repair efforts could cause some sort of temporal paradox after we return to 1931.
So what am I supposed to do? Just hang out here in Bizarro Hill Valley until you fix the time machine?
Exactly. But don't worry, if things work out according to plan, you won't even notice I'm gone.
You know, for a second there, you sounded almost as confusing as the real Doc.
See? We're making progress already. See you soon, Martin.
Good luck, Your Honor.
Espero que ele não seja pego de novo, né?
Oh, and you might want to stay off the streets for a few seconds.
Stay off the street. Citizen Brown? Emmett?
O Cidadão Brown consertar o DeLorean. Só aguardar. Mas e aí, o que eu faço?
He's not coming back, you know.
What are you talking about?
Emmett, without me to guide him, he's almost useless. Before I found him, he was a miserable failure who never finished anything. But with me to inspire him, look at what we've built!
Yeah, you've inspired him all right. Inspired him to turn Hill Valley into a bunch of uptight dorks.
I wouldn't expect a delinquent like you to understand.
You think you've inspired Doc? I'll have you know that without you, Emmett Brown is destined to build a time-traveling DeLorean and a flying time train.
Preposterous. Emmett couldn't even build a dog feeder without me to guide him.
Yeah, well, he did that too. You're not the only inspiration in Doc's life, you know. In my timeline, he married one of the sweetest women of the 19th century.
Sweetness. Yeah. Emmett needs discipline to stay focused. He's so easily distracted.
Okay, Your Honor. Starting to get a little concerned here.
Como assim? Ele já consertou, velho?
It worked! Ha ha! 1 second I'm in the present, the next I'm 6 months in the past! Amazing!
6 months? It took you 6 months to repair the time machine?
6 months, my family fortune, and a sketchy deal with a gang of Libyan nationals. But it was all worth it for this moment. Ha ha!
Emmett, don't do this. You need help.
Oh, blow it out your exhaust port, dear. Now that I've escaped into the past, Your pack of divorce lawyers can't... Martin, how long have you been waiting for me?
A couple of minutes, maybe?
That's curious. I set the repair time circuits to arrive only a couple of seconds after I left. Oh, well, I'm sure there's no need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Here.
What's this?
Clothes for our trip. We can't have you traipsing around 1931 in that ridiculous outfit.
Wait, our trip?
You didn't think I was going to let you erase the worst mistake of my life without my help, did you?
Não entendi, a gente tá indo pra
Leave!
1931, mas fazer o quê, mano? E o doutor voltou muito rápido, cara.
I'll ruin you, Emmett! I run this town!
Pior que ela pode ser o nosso vilão final aí, hein? Não duvido muito, não.
Time circuit set for August 26, 1931. You ready to go, Your Honor?
Call me, Doc.
Cara, 1931 é da onde o... Eu não tô lembrando mais, acho que da onde o Marty veio, né? Não sei, eu não lembro mais, velho. Deu um bug na mente. Deu um bugzinho na mente agora. Quem lembrar, comenta aí, mano, porque eu dei um bugzinho na mente agora. Eu me perdi um pouco aí nas datas.
This is where I last saw him. You, teenage you. You were headed this way, arm in arm with Edna.
Ele voltou pra 1931, onde a versão jovem do Doutor tá. Entendi.
Stay focused. We can see to it that our relationship never moves beyond the hand-holding stage. Well, will you look at that? The old town theater.
Very cool.
I haven't thought about this place in years. The missus made me tear it down back in '71. Said the movies were corrupting the younger generation. It was all nonsense, of course. I spent countless evenings here in my youth, and it never turned me into a hoodlum. Say, remember Public Enemy? Why, you dirty rat, no good yellow-bellied stool? It never did manage to see Frankenstein, though.
But you're going to. That's what we're here for, remember?
Right, of course. The film that was supposed to set off a chain reaction in my imagination, inspiring with a notion that would launch my scientific career.
You've still got no memory of what that notion was?
Well, how could I? It happened in the brain of a different Emmett Brown. An Emmett Brown now erased by the shifting sands of time. Luckily for us, I do know something about my own brain, having lived in it for the past 70-plus years. Once we get my younger self re-inspired by that movie, nothing will distract him from his proper... Great Scott, will you look at that?
The town square?
It's just like I remember it, only dirtier.
Eu acho que vai dar merda isso aí, viu?
The old courthouse.
Come on now, Doc, you need to... Go inside and check it out. First rule of time travel, Doc, never allow your other self to catch sight of you. It could cause reality to collapse or something.
You mean?
Right behind you. Don't peek. Go on. I'll let you know when you're gone. And don't forget, you're Carl Sagan.
The billions and billions guy?
The suspected arsonist.
Huh?
Just go with it.
Começou a Emmett a assistir Frankenstein. Vamos lá. Mas alguma coisa me disse que ainda não vai dar certo isso aqui, velho. A Edna ainda vai aparecer querendo treta, mano.
Harry! You do show up at the oddest moments. Where have you been hiding?
Oh, you know, here and there. You're a little hard to pin down yourself. I went looking for you last night, but...
I believe I was off entertaining a beautiful lady. You know, I never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have escaped Kid on your own.
Kid? Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine!
Yeah, well, sometimes first impressions are right. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, pshaw. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
the rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of date. I've junked the rocket car.
But...
More trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
No, you were really onto something with the rocket car. You've just gotta...
The mental alignment meter is a much more worthy project.
The what?
It was Edna's idea, and she's really been cracking the whip to get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Emmett, I'm a little confused here. What day is it?
Why, it's opening day. The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back to the lab. If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Callahan.
October 12th. Doc?
12 de outubro? Caraca, mano, a gente veio muito depois do acontecido, velho. Se não tiver, minhas contas estiverem erradas, a gente veio bem depois do acontecido, velho.
Come to think of it, it is a bit brisk for August.
Oh, we're 2 months late. The expo's about to start and teenage you is already in over his head with Edna.
I always
Dois
did have a
meses, cara.
tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right date.
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
That should have been a tip-off. Something is horribly wrong with the time circuits, and the problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the Cenozoic age. Or worse, the Mesozoic.
Then we're stuck?
For the time being. I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go to work on the other problem.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk teenage you out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything. Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on the more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna, where can I find her?
Where do you think? I'll drive. The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions.
Cara, então o DeLorean tá com algum problema nesse dípulo temporal. O Doutor citou ali, não sei se vocês pegaram mais ou menos. Ele tá com medo de viajar de novo e dá um BO, tá ligado? Hill Valley High School.
You were right. There she is.
My soon-to-be ex-future wife is nothing if not predictable.
Do I really have to talk to her? I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and...
Oh!
I'll talk to her. You'd better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive! All Car of the Future contestants need to report to the North Tent!
Why not? Good luck!
Vamos lá falar com a Edna, né? O Arthur tá aqui, mano. Vou falar com a Edna primeiro.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the love... Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... Oh, dear.
É chata, desde jovem
Mr.
era chata.
Callahan, you do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
I need to...
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal with Mr. Stonewall here. His sole function seems to be preventing people from accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got as far as they did. Have you seen Emmett?
No.
Oh, then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter. Isn't it exciting? And to think, he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him. I've never known anyone like him, so oblivious to his own potential.
I kind of wanted to talk to you about Emmett and his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Yeah. Well, you know, those gut instincts are important. If you disliked him right off the bat.
Oh, but I didn't know him then. Now I know him inside and out.
Yeah, but...
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Callahan, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T. That's Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think you are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
Ô, mulherzinha chata essa Edna, velho. Na moral, velho.
Hey, Artie.
Officer.
Officer?
Oh, right. Don't blow your cover.
Will you please keep your mind on the task at hand?
Can't talk right now.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds! You got official business here?
Yeah.
Well, stay out of the way of the workers. You look familiar. Do I know you?
Nope.
Esse cara é o marido daquela mulher, mano. Que achou que ele tava dando em cima dela, tá ligado?
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight.
Eu queria entrar.
Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds!
Eu queria entrar, mano, não dá pra entrar não não. Deixa eu ir lá no doutor pra ver o que ele me fala que eu posso fazer aqui. Pra chamar a atenção da Edna.
Well?
I talked to her.
And?
She says she knows what she's looking for, and it's you.
But it can't be me. Wasn't me. Marty, we don't belong together.
You don't have to tell me that.
Find out exactly what her requirements are. I can almost guarantee you that I don't fit them.
I'm not sure if I've learned everything I can from Edna.
Eu tenho algum item? Vou falar com ela de novo, vai.
You said that Emmett fits your bill of requirements for a man.
Yes?
What would that list be exactly?
You'd make a good reporter, Mr. Callahan. You know that? Well, his physical appearance for one thing. Emmett may not be Clark Gable, but he cleans up surprisingly well. I gave him my grandfather's white suit to wear at the expo. Oh, you should see him in it. He looks positively radiant.
Looks good in a suit. Got it.
And he's completely devoted to me. That's important. I've got no time or tolerance for playboys.
Faithful as a Labrador. Check.
Thirdly, and most important...
Yes?
Well, his mind, of course. It's brilliant, and it's virtuous through and through. His own mind map shows him to be a model citizen.
Good brain, I see. And if it turned out that you were mistaken about any of these qualities...
Say, what's your game?
Just curious, just trying to understand the female mind.
Well, understand this. I'm not some faint-hearted girl who'd run away at the first hint of trouble. I've made a big investment in Emmett. Not money, but I've sunk all my ambitions into him. I'd have to be thoroughly disillusioned before I'd call it quits with Emmett. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Now, Mr. Cub Reporter, is there anything else?
Rather hard for me to picture Emmett as a chick magnet.
Chick magnet?
A guy who gets the girls, motors running.
Motors?
Who makes them, you know.
You mean a chic?
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of taste, I suppose, but when he's properly pomaded and decked out in my grandfather's white suit, Emmett just glows. Makes my heart flutter a bit just to picture him.
You say you know Emmett is a model citizen, but you don't know him as well as I do. Did you know he once cheated some Libyans out of plutonium?
Plutonium? What would Libyans want with plutonium? I'm sure he had a very good reason. Emmett's mind map demonstrates conclusively his brain is oriented toward virtue.
This one time, to power one of his science experiments, Emmett hijacked a train.
Please, there hasn't been a train hijacking in Hill Valley since the days of Mad Dog Tannen.
Emmett's done a lot of shady things in his time. My vice principal warned me to stay away from him.
Your vice principal sounds like a dolt.
So you say Emmett only has eyes for you?
Absolutely. It's almost embarrassing how devoted he is to me.
Well, it's good to hear he's finally settling down.
Yes. Settling down?
You know, ready to stop playing the field, as it were.
Playing the... Oh, you're joking.
But I can't help feeling sorry for him.
Who?
All of Emmett's other girls, now that he's with you.
Please, I think I know Emmett by now. There are no other girls.
I wonder what's gonna happen to Emmett's little black book.
Little black book?
Oh, it's legendary. That's what enabled Emmett to become the, Valentino of Hill Valley High. Gee, I wonder if he'd let me have it.
You must think I'm pretty gullible, Mr. Callahan.
What the heck is this mental alignment meter of Emmett's?
Oh, it's an absolutely revolutionary invention. Measures a person's affinities, what he's attracted to, what he's repulsed by, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And it really works?
Well, of course. What's the point of inventing something that doesn't work? Or anyway, it works well enough for my purposes.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
Olha ela.
Hey, Audie. You seen my Orioli?
You mean this?
Yeah, thanks.
She gets to come and go freely, and I'm forced to wait. I love it.
Trixie.
To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who... Oh, hiya, kid. Say, aren't you the fellow who...
Got you to turn on Kid Tannen? You bet.
You look younger without your mustache. That was a dirty trick, you know, making me think Kid had gone and iced Audie.
I'm sorry, but it was the only way I could...
Forget about it. I'm trying to. Yesterday's in the past. That's my motto. You gotta live for today.
Right.
So what are you doing down here anyway? Do you wish to pull the levers that control the future? At the expo, silly. Technology for a better tomorrow and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually why I'm here. So, who are you supposed to be?
Don't you know your Homer? I am Techni Muse of Progress. You can tell by the lightning bolts.
Must have slept through that class.
I'm supposed to be a goddess-like. I'm the one who inspires all the great men who make the discoveries. And women, too. Leave us not forget Madame Curie.
I never would. So, you work for the expo?
Yeah, ain't it a kick? I greet all the important guests, and on the final day, I get to bestow the golden sundial on the winning contestant.
Techni, Muse of Progress. Not a bad gig.
Audie got it for me. It's my entree into respectability.
So Artie's working for the expo too, huh?
Oh, Artie's doing swell. The papers made a big deal of him testifying against Kid. People have been beating down his door ever since the trial. The expo's darn lucky they could get him.
How's Kid's trial going?
Slowly. You know what they say. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but infinitely fine.
Except in Hill Valley, where they don't move at all.
What?
Nothing, it's just, something I heard once. So no regrets about turning him in?
None at all. I should have known better than to take up with him in the first place. But what can I say? I was dumb. I let myself get taken in by his charm.
Charm? Whose idea was it to put a science and technology expo in Hill Valley?
Ih, ficou sem áudio nessa parte, que estranho.
Listen, I've got a proposal for you. I have this friend, right?
No dice. I'm only seeing Artie now.
It's not like that. See, my friend's in a relationship with Edna Strickland.
Oh, poor schmuck. I wouldn't wish her on anyone.
Then you see where I'm coming from. He won't listen to reason, but I thought she might call it off if she thought he and you were,
Ah, you are an evil imp, ain't ya?
Sometimes a guy's gotta resort to underhanded tricks. What do you say?
Sorry.
Ah.
Edna might be a pill, but if I play dirty tricks on every dame who disapproves of me, well, I'd play a lot of dirty tricks. Besides, such stunts are beneath the dignity of Techne, Muse of Progress.
Look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
The one who's going out with Edna Strickland? You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy.
I guess it would.
So...
I wouldn't do that to another girl unless I was good and mad at her. And besides, it might tarnish my image as a muse.
See you, Trixie.
From this chamber of wonders, we bid you a fond adieu.
Vou ter que dar um jeito dela me ajudar, mano. Deixa eu ver se o doutor vai me dar alguma luz do que fazer.
Ah, good. You're back. Give me the full report.
She says she likes you because you've got a virtuous mind, you look good in a suit, and you're completely faithful to her.
Damn, she's got me dead to rights. Well, you'll just have to find a way to change her mind. I'll be here if you need any help. Do you need any help?
Have you figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possibly. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double-checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know. The time circuits...
Listen, I promise I won't take it to 88.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably. Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
Não, peraí, doutor. Tinha mais coisa pra perguntar a ele, velho.
It worked! Didn't it?
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't want to risk undoing any of the work you've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the parts for a chronometric analyzer.
A what?
A diagnostic device. See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot!
Looks like you'll have to find another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
Vá pro laboratório do Emmett.
So, what do we do about Edna?
Only one thing we can do. lie. Make me out to be a less desirable catch than I really am.
Why would she believe me? She said she knows you inside and out.
Then you'll have to resort to skullduggery. You've done it before. You gotta be getting good at it by now.
Yeah, I guess I am. Any idea what your teenage self is doing right now?
Unless I miss my guess, he's in the garage frantically working on his latest invention and cursing because he can't quite get it to work. Damn!
I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No! After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
I suggested a little scheme to Trixie, but I don't know if she's gonna go along with it.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Dad never told me about a Hill Valley Expo.
It was Mayor Thomas's idea. He had visions of Hill Valley becoming a magnet for big investors in the technology sector. But the venture folded after the third year when the influenza exhibit leaked into the concession stand.
Oh.
Tentar falar com a Edna de novo.
Back again, Mr. Callahan? What can I help you with?
Well, I was thinking. I found out about Trixie Trotter.
Yes?
Apparently they made her some sort of queen of the festival. Techne, the muse of progress.
They didn't. Well, they said this expo would give Hill Valley a reputation. I didn't realize this is what they meant.
What have you got against Trixie?
It's the idea of it. Allowing our city to be represented by a woman like that. I won't stand for it. As a socially conscious citizen, I demand you discharge that muse.
Trixie? What's wrong with her?
Oh, she's hardly qualified for an honorific post at a public event.
Look, lady, she fits the costume. She's an American citizen, and she managed to memorize all her lines. What more qualifications do you want?
Oh, these people are impossible.
Why do you want to get Trixie fired?
One simply can't allow women like that to attain positions of respect in society. It creates a very bad precedent for the future.
Does it?
But try telling it to this poor sap. She's got him completely steamrolled. That's how they operate.
Is it?
Still, I could get her discharged if I had the goods on her. No doubt a woman like that has left a trail of scandal, and I'd find it if I were still a reporter. But I haven't got time to do the legwork now. I'm too busy with Emmett and his invention.
So you wouldn't hesitate to get Trixie fired from her job?
If I had the goods on her. She's obviously got her employer completely bamboozled. The only way to snap him out of his spell would be to show him something really shocking.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then. How about you? Have you got any questions for me?
No.
Then kindly let me pass.
I'm afraid I can't until I've located your registration form.
Oh, this is absurd!
To all who approach these hallowed halls. What's cooking?
Ideas. Up here. See you, Trixie.
Don't be a stranger.
Nah.
E se eu mostro esse caderno pro doutor? O que será que acontece?
don't think so.
Vou ter que dar uma olhada nas dicas. Você vai precisar de transporte para chegar até o outro lado da cidade no laboratório. Há um transporte familiar na espreita em frente ao colégio. Ah, eu tenho que ir lá no... Ah, mano, eu pensei que eu teria que fazer isso aqui, né? Mas não, parece que eu posso ir direto lá no Doutor. Mais novo, né? Esse cara não era da
No
gangue
keys.
do...
I'll have to find my wheels somewhere else.
Esse cara não era o...
Seriously, I am not stealing this truck.
Ele não trabalhava com Kid?
Hey, pal.
Oh, jeez, this guy again.
Funny, I was gonna say the same thing. Shouldn't you be in jail with the rest of Kid's gang?
I was, but then an opportunity availed itself and I...
Sang like a canary.
I prefer to think of it as exhibiting an admirable sense of self-preservation.
Will you be playing piano for Trixie later?
Nah.
Why not?
'Cause little Miss Goody Two-Shoes thinks she's too respectable for cue ball these days.
You seem kinda angry about Trixie.
Angry? Listen, kid, me and Trixie go way back. I know stuff about her that even Kid doesn't know. Stuff that'd curl your socks.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And now to see her flouncing around the place, making like her stink don't smell, it just... well, it just cheeses me off, you know?
So what's so, toe-curling about Trixie's past?
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, come on.
No.
Tell you what, I'll tell you something embarrassing about me first.
Like what?
My mom saw me in my underwear.
That ain't so bad.
Last year?
Okay, that's pretty bad. All right, Junior, you win. That was pretty embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as this.
Is that Trixie?
Yep.
She's not wearing much.
No kidding. She did a lot of these artistic postcards a few years ago. I got a whole set of them.
Can I, have one?
I don't know. You ain't gonna do nothing bad with it, are you?
Hey, I promise. I'll only use it for the greater good.
Wow. Okay.
Obrigado, irmão.
Have you heard from Kid lately?
We're not exactly on speaking terms these days, on account of our varying degrees of incarceration.
What kind of stuff have they got you hauling here?
How the heck would I know? Electro this, robo that, dynamo the other. It's all Greek to me.
Hey, what's with your teeth?
My teeth?
Yeah, they're green.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hang loose, pal.
You talk funny, mister.
Realmente, eu tinha percebido que o dente dele tava verde.
You might want to take a look at this.
Why in the world would I be interested in... Oh, what have we here? Oh, sir! Mr. McFly! It appears your muse has been inspiring more than progress.
Trixie? Oh, no. What are you doing with a dirty postcard?
What is she doing in a dirty postcard? I swear, Mr. McFly, if that doesn't convince you that Trixie Trotter is unfit to represent Hill
I
Valley...
don't need you to lecture me about who I can or can't hire, Miss Strickland. Trixie's darn good at what she does. I don't care if she was once the winsome wench of Winnipeg. Her past doesn't matter to... Trixie?
What is it, Audie?
You know I don't like to pry, but what state did you grow up in?
Province, Manitoba. Why?
Not even an American.
See, darling, the charter specifically states that the Expo's hostess must be a U.S. citizen, so if you're really a Canadian...
I'm being fired? You're firing me?
I don't want to.
Here, take it back. Well, I'm glad somebody's listening to reason.
Let's talk.
É, mano, tivemos que fazer uma coisa errada pra poder tentar endireitar o que tá errado lá.
Trixie?
I'll do it! I'll make that blue-nosed bitty eat her heart out!
That's great. I got it all planned out. When Emmett shows
But we
up...
gotta do it my way.
Huh?
I'm no good with improvising, and I ain't gonna memorize no lines. But I was in this play once. The Parlor Maid's Predicament. I figure I could lift a scene from that.
Okay.
Only, I need a few props.
Why am I not surprised?
Some furs, a big diamond. It doesn't have to be real, understand?
That makes it easier.
And something from this friend of yours, Emmett. Has he got a photo album?
I don't know. Probably.
Better bring it to me.
Furs, a diamond, and Emmett's photo album. And then?
Sit back and watch the fur fly.
Beleza, galera. Eu vou finalizar por aqui,
Hi, Trix.
tá?
Oh, hiya, kiddo. Say, wouldn't it be easiest if I just march up to that Strickland dame and give her a smack in the puss?
Well, it would be fun to watch, but it wouldn't get her to break up with my friend Emmett.
Oh, right. You got all the props I asked for? The furs and the diamond? And your friend's photo album?
Not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
Good. I'm itching to give Miss High and Mighty an eyeful.
Bom, galera, eu vou finalizar por aqui, tá? O vídeo já deve estar grande. Cara, vai prometer o próximo episódio, hein? Se você não quiser perder, já se inscreve no canal se não for inscrito, ativa as notificações. Compartilhe com seus amigos. Clica nos casos que estão aparecendo aí em cima, caso você perdeu algum episódio aqui da nossa série. Telas finais também tá aí. Dá uma clicada. E galera, muito obrigado para quem assistiu. Tamo junto, até o próximo episódio aí. Valeu, falou e eu fui.